The way the economy is and the way the infrastructure is for the United States alone is, I mean, it's tremendous. There's been hardly any money set aside to repair the infrastructure. Our piping systems here in Florida are, 60, 100 years old. Some places are having problems with pipe that's 20 years old.
We're on the cutting edge of always keeping ahead of the game. We may have a process that lasts 50 to 75 years, and it's a great process, but we're always keeping ourselves ahead of the technology.
We get to invent things in the field. It's not the same thing every day.
This is a DOT job where we're lining a 24-inch pipe about 300 feet from a retention pond collection area up into the catch basin or manhole next to the roadway.
What we're seeing here is a piece of pipe that is a storm drainage system that has some issues, some infiltration, some exfiltration of water, has some cracks, some failures of the piping itself.
We're going to clean it, we're going to survey it, take a good look at it, see if there's any sharp edges, bad joints, things that need to be concerned about when we're in the lining process.
What we're going to be doing with this pipe is putting in a PVC liner. It's a thermoset liner that will completely seal the piping from manhole to manhole or from catch basin to catch basin.
We may pull this 300 feet in as little as 8-10 minutes probably. This goes pretty quickly. This is virtually a piece of PVC pipe when we get done with it. It may be, the difference is it's now a piece of PVC pipe that's 300 feet long, has no joints or anything to come apart or crack or leak. But it will last at least as long as normal PVC pipe, which in the industry is somewhere in the 50 to 75 years.
What you're seeing is the PVC alloy process that we utilize. We also do 3 other processes. We do an epoxy coating for potable water for metallic piping systems that can be used for chilled water, fire suppression. We do manhole restoration, repair. We use coatings for the manholes, or we also use a complete structural product for the manholes. We also do a CIPP, which is a cured in place piping system, where we can actually invert a epoxy coated felt liner into the piping system itself to form a pipe inside the existing pipe.
Tearing up a runway can be really expensive, and shutting down a runway is not exactly an option to an airport.
We've put in probably 40,000 linear feet in the last 2.5 years. The Navy's happy with it, which is, I really feel we're giving the taxpayer, which is the important part of it, a good bang for his buck.
If we can come up and pull up on a job site and replace 500 feet of pipe in, a day, opposed to saw cutting 2 feet thick concrete up and, putting 500 feet of pipe in 2 weeks, I mean, that's a big difference.
The problem we had was a drain line that had been in the ground for about 28, 29 years. The buildup and the deterioration of the line was creating some major clogs in the line. The corridor is heavily trafficked. It's also the corridor that feeds to the cafeteria. And of course, this is basically 24 hours a day from the ER to the imaging area. The system has worked very, very well for us.
If you're comparing a liner to a new pipe, well, now you've got not only just a liner, you've got old pipe with the liner with strength.
We have strategic alliances with many manufacturers and suppliers so that we can bring a lot of this information to the customer, and we use this in a consulting role. That way, rather than taking just one system and making it fit an application that it may not be designed for, we can bring a lot of this information together, provide it to the customer in order for them to make informed decisions as far as rehabilitation of their piping.
It has been a real lifesaver for us.
They've always been on time and on budget, always.
We are 100% full-time pipeline and structure rehabilitation contractors. This is not a sideline for us. This is what we do full-time.